All right, so this is episode 2 of the Pokeshop BST podcast, and we're here joined again by Woody, owner of the Pokeshop and Missing No Games, and Goosaphone, Pokemon expert extraordinaire, and my name is Homero behind the camera. So the first section that we always start on, we'll just go right into it, is the news. And the first thing I have for the news is Mother's Day. So this will turn into a short, which some of you may see before Mother's Day, because this will come out the day after Mother's Day. So if you were going to get your mom a Pokemon-related gift for Mother's Day, what would you get?
Has to be that Eevee cake.
Oh, Eevee cake, nice.
Yeah, the cake that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
My mom's favorite Pokemon is Milotic, so I would get her like a Milotic EX card.
Nice. There's a Milotic bracelet on the PokemonCenter.com.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I would get that then.
Yeah. It looks kind of like a fork bracelet, if you ever seen those. A bracelet that's made out of a fork.
Put up on the video so we can see it.
Yeah, I'll put it on the video. It's cool. And the next part of the news is the regionals recap. So we were at Milwaukee regionals over the weekend, and how was your guys' weekend?
I had a great weekend. I made my goal, which was to go even, to go 4-4, which a lot of people wouldn't be happy about, but I'm very happy about it because normally I would go like 2-7 when there was 9 rounds. So I did a lot more practice with this team this time around, and I played a lot smarter, and I'm happy with how I did.
Nice.
Dude, you did great.
Yeah.
4-4?
Yeah, so good.
I did terrible. I went 0-4 drop. I had a chance round 2 to win a game, but I just couldn't. I actually was late to my game. That's what costed me my loss. Otherwise, it would have been a tie game round 2. But yeah, that was my only chance for a W, and I was really hoping to win. But you know, it happens, especially when you're playing league battle deck. So
yeah, that was really
it was fun more than anything. But you know, a win would have been really, really funny.
Yeah. So. That was a good social experiment, though.
100%.
To bring a league battle deck to the regional championships. Who was your MVP for your team?
My MVP had to be Raging Bolt.
For sure.
Yeah, Raging Bolt Terra Electric had this thunderclap that if I didn't Terra, wouldn't have killed and wouldn't have won me the game. So I would say that or Zamazenta.
Nice.
How about for you, Woody? And that league battle deck, what was like the best thing to see?
I think it's the Tatsugiri.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't know how many matches that I had that they just badoo me to death. But in order, like, I just bring up my Tatsugiri, try to get a supporter card, and play that way. And yeah, Tatsugiri was MVP.
That's amazing. Go Tatsugiri. And then I just wanted to say congratulations to all the players that we had there. We had some amazing results.
Yes, we did.
Overall.
Yes, we did.
So I can put some of those pictures on the screen.
Jared in 22nd.
Yeah, 22nd.
Suru 14th.
Yeah, 14th
seniors
overall. That's really, really amazing. And everyone else who day two'd.
Heck yeah.
Had a really good showing overall, and hopefully everyone just had fun. The winner of the tournament was Raging Bolt. So Raging Bolt had a good weekend in VGC, it sounds like, and a good weekend in TCG.
Nice.
Yep.
The winner's name is Christian Labella, brought a Raging Bolt.
Congrats to him.
Yeah, his luck was on point. He said even in his after-match interview that he was just expecting to top deck the right answer. Jamming Tower was like the only thing that was going to get him out, and he top decked it.
Wow.
That was like the best moment of the
heart of the cards.
Finals. Yeah, definitely. He said everything was going his way. He just expected.
If my luck goes the same way, I'll top deck a knockout for the Jamming Tower. I just top deck the Jamming Tower. Like, that was even better.
Yeah, sometimes you just needed a little luck, man.
Yeah.
Little luck goes a long way.
Definitely. The next part of the news is for upcoming products. So it's going to be White Flare Black Bolt is the next thing that got announced. The release date is July 18th. And it's the first split set that we're getting in English. So there will be White Flare and Black Bolt as 2 separate sets.
Really?
And I think we can assume that the white and black exclusive Pokemon will only be in one or the other.
I see.
Like
I see.
Zekrom and Reshiram will only be in black and white respectively, and the other Pokemon. And the biggest piece of news for this big split set is there's going to be an illustration rare for every single Pokemon in the Unova region. 156 illustration rares.
That is going to be a tough set to master.
And there's Pokeball and Master Ball cards.
Holy
So
crap.
it's like amazingly hard to master. The set's going to be gigantic.
It's going to be Prismatic Evolution 3.0.
Plus, yeah. Crazy. But I'm looking forward to it. In Japan, they're going to start doing jumbo packs with, I think there's 30 cards in a pack.
Sure.
And we'll see if that comes to English eventually.
That's going to be, it's going to be tough.
Because that's been a Chinese only thing so far.
Right.
Jumbo packs, and they're bringing it to Japan. We'll see if they bring it to America too.
So what, 30
jumbo packs.
30 cards
30
instead of
card
10.
packs, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And 1 illustration rare guaranteed. So if you see those Japanese packs, if we happen to have them in store, you maybe know what they are a little better now. 30, I think it's 30 cards plus 1 illustration rare in every jumbo pack.
And you said those come in China?
Yeah, China's had jumbo packs for a long time now, but Japan is going to start them with black and white. Black Flare and White Bolt.
Nice.
Other way around. So that's all the upcoming news. Oh, we got the jumbo
Pikachu. Where are we gonna put that? Let's set it right here. Oh, this guy's hiding me.
That's perfect.
Nice.
And you've had that Pikachu for a while,
Yeah,
right?
for 2 years now.
Yeah. How much did you pay for it originally?
I paid $1,200
on PokemonCenter.com.
No, I bought off a vendor at the Nationals NAIC a couple years ago.
I'm going there this
Looks
year.
really good.
Yeah, it was in Columbus, Ohio.
Back when it was in Ohio, yeah, it's in New Orleans now.
Yeah, it is. New Orleans has like a bunch of like esports sort of conventions and stuff nowadays.
I'm sure there's conventions everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, hi Pikachu. Next section is the check-in. And the thing that I have in for the check-in is I wrote down that community is really the best part of the Pokemon world. I feel like we got to experience that firsthand at regionals. So I said, give me a moment that comes to mind when you think of the Pokemon community coming together.
You said a moment?
Yeah, something that you can remember.
It's just at regionals, man. All our guys from Missino and from here at the Milwaukee location, meeting up there at regionals and just taking those pictures every year we're sponsoring those guys to go play, and everybody's super excited, whether they make day 2 or not. Everybody's super excited to play and just kind of hanging out with the crew and seeing everybody do their thing, and it brings a lot of joy to me, at least, just seeing the guy. I don't even have to play. Next time, I'm not even gonna play. I'm just gonna go and hang out with the boys and kind of cheer them on. So
for sure.
You might see me in a cheerleader costume too.
Cheerleader dog.
And Goose?
I would say PokeCon, Minnesota, right before Pokemon Day in 2024. That was the best community moment for me because I was in this Ash cosplay, this like Journey's Ash cosplay, and the original Professor Oak was there. And we sang this song, I'm giving Santa a Pikachu for Christmas, and he hadn't sang it in 20 years, but we had it up on the karaoke prompter, and we had a whole live band playing the song with him, and it was this huge surprise, and I cried after.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I would say that was the biggest community moment for me.
That is so cool. That video is so good. And the other thing that I did write down on the check-in that I'll mention is this is something that I have trouble with, is coping with the amount of waste that comes with a hobby. So all the wrapping and all the packaging. I I call it like human folly. We just think that we can have endless waste.
Yeah.
But in 2016, it's called Modern Masters 17, but it came out in 2016. Magic tried making cardboard packs. Those didn't work very well at all.
Sure.
All the foils were curled because there's too much air getting in there. But Star Wars makes like papery wrappers.
I was just gonna mention that the wrapping on the Star Wars is pretty nice actually.
Yeah.
The cards stay in pretty good shape. I don't know what they use for that wrapping, but it feels kind of like paperish.
Yeah, way less plasticky feeling. I'm not sure if there's a coating on it.
Sure.
Feels like. But I was just wondering if you think Pokemon will ever be able to make paper wrappers.
Oh, trust me, I know. I own a few stores, and there is a lot of waste involved, a lot of boxes and plastic, and but I just don't know how else they would. They just got to figure it out. To be honest, I'm sure there's ways. They just got to figure it out.
Yeah, I think the world needs to move in that direction sometime. I'm just always having an existential crisis about these things.
Yeah,
So I
it's
thought
not
I'd
a
bring it
very
up.
sustainable hobby. Like when we were opening the ETBs to get all the packs out for Shrouded Fable, I was like, man, this is a lot of waste going to waste. And like so many people don't even keep the box or don't use the dice or the damage dice or the
Coins
that come in it. So a lot of it just goes to waste.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but I don't think Pokemon's going to change that.
We'll see. All right, the next segment is hashtag not financial advice. And for this one, I have a prompt for you. If you could go back in time and buy any Pokemon item, like a booster box or a single card or a graded card, what would you go back in time and buy at the time and then keep till now?
Me personally, it had to been EX era, like Delta Species, Delta Species area, or what is it? Here Comes Team Rocket, because during that time, I believe I was probably in high school already, so I stopped collecting. I just missed out on that whole era of Pokemon cards, and a lot of those boxes now are the most sought after, most valuable boxes because everybody just got out of it. I was guys our age, in their 30s, mid 30s, early 30s, just was not interested in collecting anymore, so no one really got into it. And the people, the lucky few that stuck to it are the ones that are kind of are living the dream right now. You know what I mean?
For sure.
50, 60, $80,000 booster boxes. Like, yeah, I mean, some of those cards are beautiful too, like the Sky Ridge and Aquapolis cards.
Yeah, I love the e-reader cards.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think I will probably go if I had to choose specifically. I will probably go with Dragon's Frontier.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, Dragon's Frontier, just because the Charizard Ghost Stars in there. I'm still like hunting for that card in PSA 10, so that's my choice.
I think I would choose a box of Fire Red Leaf Green because that's a setback from when I was a kid that I really liked, that I don't have a lot of cards from, but I would have liked to had a lot more of them. Either that or like Jungle or Fossil are kind of more obvious choices, but especially those unopened packs, they go for a lot. But I think I would say Fire Red Leaf Green.
That's a good choice too. So the second part of that same, while you're in that headspace, you have to think ahead now. 30th anniversary feels like it's kind of right around the corner. What would you get and keep now and hold on to for another 30 years? Like something silver bordered, something recent.
Silver border?
Yeah.
It has to be 151.
Yeah.
I honestly think 151, the nostalgia, the OG Pokemon, it's like one of the hottest sets, silver border sets to date. Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, 151. You can get a couple ETBs, or if you can get a case or a couple ultra premium collections, hold on to those for 10, 20 years. I'm pretty sure everybody's thinking the same thing too, but who knows, man?
But it's really fun to open. So I think people open a lot of 151s
Sure.
and don't maybe keep it sealed because it's a really good set
That's
to open.
true.
So I feel like maybe I agree. I think for silver bordered 151 is probably like
151
the
is probably the top right now, at
best
least.
right now.
And
We're
then
just in
Prismatic
that
is
era.
probably a good runner up.
That's what I was gonna say was Prismatic Evolutions, like an ETB of that, because that one also was insanely popular on release, and I think a lot of people are opening them, and I think having some unopened ones in the future would be valuable.
Definitely. Yeah, I think
And the SPC comes out next week, so
that's true. Yeah. Pick one up, maybe keep it sealed.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you got to use the feeling that you have when you think, oh, I wish I had this from back then. And you have to apply it to right now.
Sure.
And you have to have the massive delayed gratification, self-control, where you just leave it sit there for years and decades to realize those kind of big gains. We'll see if 150 will check in 30 years and see how 151 is doing on the shelf.
Nice.
And so the next section is you teach me and I teach you. And this is in a similar line where it says, with the power of hindsight, can you give the viewers a guide for what to expect and what to bring to a regional event?
What to expect and what to bring.
You got to expect really tough opponents. You got to be prepared for all the different kind of teams or decks that you want to face. You want to get some practice on if you play VGC Pokemon Showdown or if you play TCG Pokemon Live is going to be the best way to get practice, especially because there's open team sheet best of 3 on Showdown now. So it's actually better practice than the real game where it's like you don't know what they're bringing, and part of like what their items are and what their movesets are or what Terra they are is part of the game, whereas that's not really the case in the actual tournaments, although it's still good practice. And bring extra snacks. Bring lots of water and snacks and stuff like that. Because you're going to need it throughout the day, because even if they do have a lunch break, and sometimes they don't, I think they called off the lunch break for
day
TCG.
2. I feel like there wasn't one, but
yeah.
I don't think TCG even had a lunch break day 1. It was just kind of 9 rounds of power Swiss. And
okay. I know they called it one of the days, but I either missed it on day 2 or they just didn't do it because it was less rounds.
Sure.
Yeah.
Day 2, I could see them putting in a lunch break.
Yeah.
But I mean,
maybe Masters didn't have one though. I just remember Jesus said they had a lunch break.
Maybe the seniors and the juniors took a break, but I don't believe the Masters took any breaks at all, because there's the most amount of players were in the Masters bracket, so they were just trying to like run through those rounds as quickly as possible just to get those games done in time before closing. But I would say you just gotta go and kind of expect the unexpected, to be honest. I mean, I didn't have the time to like learn all the current meta decks. That's why I kind of went and trolled. But yeah, I mean, knowing what decks are relevant in the current meta is gonna really help you like play the long game if you're really trying to be competitive at regionals. What to bring? You definitely want to bring your mats and your dices and all your stuff that you need to play the game. But other than that, you just kind of go and have fun, hang out with your friends or whatever. So
for sure. That was probably I would guess one of the most attended Milwaukee regionals, or was it in Wisconsin even. But I'm pretty sure that's still about half the size of bigger cities like Atlanta and LA. But I think it will be really good for Pokemon if the competitive scene ramps up and stays strong. The coverage, I think, is so good. The coverage at and the whole team there, all the judges, it's like seamless, perfect.
The streams that they
Yeah.
have going on. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the production's all really good. I think they do it just about better than anyone. So hopefully the competitive scene has legs for a long time. In all the formats or in all the different areas in VGC, TCG, and in Pokemon Go. Hopefully, that's what I would hope for.
And they were having TCG Pocket side events there, so maybe we'll see official format for Pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
I would maybe play that instead of VGC. I don't know.
Ooh, that's pretty bold. I think VGC is going to see a huge change with Champions too. This is all speculation, but if it's crossover between your phone and the Switch 2, then the competitive scene can grow exponentially because you don't need to own a Switch to play competitive VGC anymore.
Sure.
So we'll see what Champions is like, if that's going to be the official competitive format or not.
I think the way that they do it now is you have to like dock your Switch. You can't you have to take it off. You have to put it on airplane mode and then put it online on their dock. So I don't know, even Pokemon Go players, they can't play on their own phones.
Oh, it has to be on somebody else's.
Yeah, it has to be on the phones that are supplied for you.
I see.
So I don't think that they would let you bring your phone to Pokemon Champions stuff if they do that in the future.
We will see. The next segment, I added a segment, Pack Battle.
Oh, nice.
So I got packs to battle with. I have Crown Zenith for you two, and then I have my own pack of V-Star Universe.
Nice.
So, Crown Zenith versus V-Star Universe. Crown Zenith versus V-Star Universe. Let's see if I can move this over here and get an angle. This is probably good enough. So you can see the cards. That's as good as we can get it right now. Alright. The pack trick is 4 to the front for Sword and Shield. But then for Japanese, there's not a good way to pack trick it.
1, 2, 3, 4 to the front?
Yeah, there's 6 cards in the front for Japanese, and then the V-Star, and then other graphics. Yeah. It's 4 to the front, but you're good.
I did put 4
Oh,
to the
like that?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said 3, but yeah, you're good. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
You got all water types.
Yeah.
No, I just
all right, ready?
Carnivine,
Okay.
Candy, Laron, Emolga. I think Homer was winning. He got a God pack.
Got it. This is a pretty good pack so far. Ooh,
Samurai.
nice.
We got Graveler and Wellord.
Nice.
Oh, Goose wins, of course.
Manaphy.
Nice.
Volcanion.
Manaphy's the winner.
Nice.
She always wins.
I got good luck. I got a Sylveon in the pack battle against what's his name? Danny. Yeah, Danny Phantom.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I saw that video.
That was a good pack battle. Because you switched packs.
Yeah, we did. I had a feeling.
Got him.
Yeah. Nice.
He offered.
Yeah. All right, and then we're at the end of the podcast already. So the last segment is always Ask Woody and Ask Goosaphone. You can leave a comment and we'll answer it on air. Just use the hashtag Ask Woody or Ask Goosaphone in the comments. And the first one is from at Beastmaster Max. For both of you, it says, what is a Pokemon you would like to be associated with? And he says, personally, I would like to be associated with Mewtwo. So it's like when someone thinks of you, they think of this Pokemon.
Mewtwo.
I would say Latias because I like to cosplay the human Latias, and I have a little Latias, like one of those things where you pull it back and it rolls forward, like one of those little toys. And I have like the Paradise Dragona Latias, the full art one that's like $200 some. I don't know. I really like Latias.
Nice.
And I wanted to pick something other than Quilava because that's what I say for everything because it's my favorite. Either that or I'd like to be associated with Butterfree because I have a Butterfree cosplay that I'm working on. And it's just one of my favorite Pokemon, and I use it in every playthrough that I can. Every playthrough that has Butterfree in it, I'll use
Nice.
Butterfree.
For me, it's probably gonna be Pseudo Wudo. I remember like as a kid, just like that was my favorite. That was my favorite Pokemon. It was like it was a tree, it was a piece of wood, just walking around. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that I would probably be associated with that guy.
Nice. I love Sudowoodo.
He's funny, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one is from Gregory Heel, and it says, favorite city in your favorite gen.
My favorite city. This is a tough one. I gotta say Ecruteak City. Because it's like got so much rich history to it with the towers and like all the legendaries there, like Ho-Oh, and then the legendary beasts Suicune, and Raikou. And the music there is just so good. And I would say my favorite region, it's either Johto or Sinnoh, but I'm gonna say Johto for the sake of consistency with Ecruteak City.
Mine's has to be Kanto, the original, the OG Kanto. I mean, I pretty much grew up on that stuff. Didn't really continue the game after like Gold and Silver. So I mean, Kanto over Johto in my opinion. Even though like Johto was really cool, like whoa, there's a new area, you know what I mean? There's new Pokemon. I just really, yeah, Kanto all the way. Don't really have a favorite city, but yeah.
That's fair.
Shout out Greg.
Yep.
Shout out to Greg.
All right, and the next one is from Xino57. Kind of a long question. Wants to ask both. It says, they recently opened a shop nearby where I live. I've always looked at TCG from afar, but curious, what do you both think would be the best approach for a slow start? Should I just buy a random booster pack and enjoy the thrill, or should I just research on my own for my favorite Pokemon and find a pack that could have them? And they say they're a Gen 2 fan.
Oof, that's
For Gen 2, maybe just buy singles, honestly. But open some packs that you like. All of the packs are going to have some Gen 2 Pokemon in them, at least recent ones. But I would say buy singles of your favorite Pokemon and get a little binder and just start collecting. Or if you want to master a set, it's going to take a really long time. But if that's your goal, then like buy ETBs and keep an eye on the singles that you don't have.
Yeah, it really depends on your budget, to be honest.
That
Like
too.
with how the market is right now, everything is super expensive. So I mean, if you don't have the budget to open a ton of packs, I would probably go the singles route, and just once you figure out what Pokemon you really would really like to collect, then I will just start buying singles of that, or if you find good deals on packs, I mean, go for it. You can't go wrong with opening packs at retail. So it's pretty fun. So
Definitely. Well, that is all the questions. Another one that came up at regionals, would you ever consider carrying the video games in the store? Or is that a totally
I actually
different...
have applied to be a Pokemon professor to do this exact thing because we need a VG local here. Like there's one at another store that's pretty close by here, but I think we could get a lot of people in for VG local. I really do. But I applied to be a professor and I passed my test and I'm still waiting on the background check after like over a year. Like maybe like 2 years it's been at this point.
they haven't gone back to you?
No. So I got to do that.
Yeah, I would follow up on that one.
Yeah.
What do you think, Woody? Would you ever consider carrying them as like a product?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm down for it. I just wouldn't know how to. I mean, obviously, if we carry them, we're gonna have to make a margin on them. Who do we order the video games from? You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, if anybody has any additional information, let us know in the comments or DM us.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and carrying used video games is a whole nother
Right.
side of things. Not that you can find the Pokemon games used anyways.
Right.
But then you have to test them and
Right.
clean them and replace batteries and stuff like that.
I was more thinking of like new games
But, yeah,
that are
new games
that are coming out. I
Yeah.
mean, if we start carrying video games, then
Like carrying ZA when that comes out.
exactly right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know who to call to order that stuff from. So
For sure, yeah. If anyone out there has information about that, let us know. And that pretty much wraps up episode 2 of the Pokeshop BST podcast. So
nice.
hit the like button, it helps. Hit the subscribe button, that helps a lot. And if you share the video, that helps the most. All right, thanks
See ya.
everyone. Peace out.